Oh man, I am sorry. Ed here at FICM Repair. So I stitched with you with you in a video that you had said about putting in a power board, and I kind of said you had to have known I'm going to stitch with you on this and saying power boards don't solve a lot of problems, or if they do, it's only short lived. And then you come back with the video comment that says, "Oh, I've got a UL 105 code as well." Oh, brother, the power board is absolutely not going to solve your problem. If you're having voltage issues, it'll solve that one piece, maybe, but it will absolutely not solve the UL 105 code, lost communication with FICM. That is a logic board issue within the FICM. Very seldom is it anything else than that. Very, very, very seldom. It can be an issue with that biggest plug in the front here. So if you need a plug, we got a plug. Please don't buy the whole new main engine harness. Oh my goodness, no. We can sell you just the plug, or we can sell you the plug with 6 inches of wire hanging out. But assuming that your connections are good, and please don't goober it up with dielectric grease. Oh my goodness, no. If you want to take a little bit along the perimeter of the plug, but not on the face of the plug, you can do that just to make it easier to clip in. So it's worth, before dropping the $400, not $700 on a repaired version of that FICM, for our basic service. But in your case, if you got a U105 code, that's part of what's wrong with the FICM, right? And so that would be fixed under our basic repair. Normally, the things that cause U105 codes are not resolved in a basic repair from us, only because that's not the problem. The problem is, something else. So the basic repair just solves what's wrong with the module and ships it back. UL 105 codes are definitely less common, but they are common enough. But our Ultra service, I know it's $600. I totally get it. It solves all the things that commonly like to fail on these things, but recognize that your UL 105 code, yes, the damage now is the FICM, but 99 times out of 100, that FICM code is caused by a bad alternator, sorry to preach on it, a bad set of batteries, sorry to preach on it, a bad ground, sorry to preach on it, or somebody cranking the living bejesus out of the truck because they didn't know how to prime the high pressure oil system properly. So at this point, if you got more than 160,000 miles on that truck's alternator, just do yourself a solid and let me sell you a properly sized alternator. If money is rough and you just can't, I don't know what part of the country you live in. I suppose you could buy like a Bosch 140 from me. It's like $220. But minimally the 185 amp that does 135 amps at cold idle, or if you don't want to think about this again, our 240 amp that does 190 amps of thank you, Jesus, you do love me amps at idle. But that requires our cable kit to go with. And then you got to ask yourself, okay, how many miles are on the tension or idler pulleys? If more than 130,000 miles, let's hook you up with a set of those. If you have more than 5 years on your serpentine belt, if you do, let me hook you up with that. And then take a look at the batteries and get those puppies load tested, and let's see how they do. And then off to the races. But very sadly, you threw away your $150 on that power board. I so wish. Tech support from us is always free, guys. Anyone watching this video, tech support is always free. The goal is truly not to sell you stuff. It's to tell you stuff and say, hey, the knee bone is connected to the leg bone kind of thing, and this is how this all works together. So I'm sorry for your experience. Truly I am. I hope it's coming through. But yeah, ship that FICM over to us. We'll get it repaired, off to the races. Or if you can't afford the downtime, it's not like we don't have these puppies on the shelf. Hop on FICMRepair.com. Order up a FICM. It'll leave, today's Sunday, it'll leave Monday, and there's plug, play, go, done. But recognize the standing record for killing a perfectly awesome FICM with a screwed up alternator. Guys, it's 15 seconds after ignition. So a lot of guys will be like, well, I'll test my alternator later. No, please don't. Test your alternator now. Take it off the truck. Realize that voltage regulators are what fail on these things. It's not the brushes and the bearings like on your sedans. It's the voltage regulator, because the alternator spends its life trying to play the little engine that could. I think I can, and it just burns it out. So take the alternator off the truck. Recognize that voltage regulators fail when they're hot, not when they're cold. So put it in the kitchen oven when mama's not looking, 225 for an hour. Take it out of there with some shop towels. That's just the temperature that the alternator would see when you're stuck in traffic and it's 95 degrees outside. And hightail it over to the local auto parts store. Say, hey man, don't burn yourself, but could you tell me if this thing's good or not? And if it's bad, you've got no choice. You've got to replace the alternator. If it's good, then you got to ask yourself, what's the piggy bank looking like? How much do I want to keep on going through batteries? How much do I want to keep on putting crosshairs on the FICM? No, your warranty with us on the FICM is not linked to whether or not you buy an alternator from us. We're not that way. We just want you to stop trash talking your Michelins when you keep on getting flats when you haven't, swept up the nails. So I hope this helps somebody. FICMRepair.com. We're all in this together. Sorry for your experience, brother. Truly.